Hello, and thanks for watching my review of the movie Annihilation. There are some spoilers ahead, so do be warned. Let me start by saying Annihilation is a great science fiction movie. It's riveting, intriguing, at times frightening, with a great script, special effects, and good characterization. There are also strong performances from the leads, notably Natalie Portman and Jennifer Jason Leigh. In a nutshell, something crashes from space into a coastal lighthouse bordering a nature reserve, and a military band of female soldiers explore the resulting anomalous area, dubbed the Shimmer, that is slowly expanding from the center of the original crash site. An earlier exploratory mission by a team including Portman's character's husband ended in disaster, so the stakes are high. Let me be clear, these ladies are not Ghostbusters 3. These are great, complex, multi-layered female characters. One of my complaints is that I didn't really root for these characters, and whilst I might have cared about the fate of Portman's character, this was somewhat spoiled by the revelation of her extramarital affair halfway through the movie. The film also deals with the topic of genetic mutation, and I guess the wider theme of evolution and how mutation as the catalyst to evolutionary change affects that. It asks the question, what if biological mutation were instantaneous, immediate, and in the moment? What if something caused the process of mutation to be fast-tracked, out of control, and happening in the moment instead of over millions of years? And what if species DNA became interchangeable and mixed? Once it's established that the effect of the shimmer is to refract genes and DNA like light through a prism, allowing them to become species interchangeable, the viewer begins to understand that anything can and is possible in this strange new world. There's a deeper theme here linked to bioengineering, GMO foods, and our increasing ability to genetically manipulate our biological environment. This raises important questions. Much is made in our culture of a nuclear apocalypse, but what if we were confronted with a runaway man-made biological apocalypse? Needless to say, it's interesting to see a mainstream movie tackle the subject of biological mutation head-on, without involving a team of genetically mutated superheroes in suits saving the world from destruction again. I can also say that the writers have done a great job in conveying the anomalous, rapidly mutating environment of the Shimmer, and also the special effects team. Strangely colourful plants and flowers, beautiful slender deer-like creatures, an albino crocodile with strange dentition, crystalline trees on a beach, and perhaps the film's two most horrifying moments, a mutated bear, and some found footage of the previous mission's open-gut surgery of giant worm-like creatures inside the body of one of their own. This is all set against a backdrop of shifting rainbow-hued colours, suggesting that the world has dramatically changed, at least inside of the Shimmer. An alternative theory, and a pretty wacky one at that, is that the film is actually an allegory for the world of augmented reality, vis-a-vis Pokemon Go. Okay, so this is a pretty out there theory, and it's fun to surmise on it possibly being intentional. I'm no expert on Pokemon, but there are articles online that quite convincingly argue for the world of Pokemon perhaps being a possible influence on the movie. Who can really say? Either way, it's a fun diversion from a serious, great movie. Annihilation is written and directed by Alex Garland, the man behind the excellent Ex Machina. If you haven't seen that movie, please do go and check it out because it's great. And also Annihilation is an adaptation of a science fiction novel of the same name, written by the author Jeff Vandermeer. One of the other themes of the movie is the relationship between Natalie Portman's lead and her husband, played by Oscar Isaac. The fractured, chaotic world of the Shimmer, where everything is breaking down and being reassembled, directly reflects the world of their relationship. Extramarital affairs, misunderstandings, separation, guilt, relationship anxiety, all of these are suggested in a far from perfect partnership between the two. The beats in the film that focus on the couple's pre-Shimmer and post-Shimmer tend to be where the film is at its slowest. They were the only scenes where I struggled with the movie. But do stick with it, because these scenes are important and necessary when one has viewed the movie in its entirety, particularly the ending. Marital problems are kind of so much less interesting than a planet-ending mutated anomaly, I guess. So one problem with the film is the pacing. The other problem is the revealing very early on in the movie as to the outcome of the mission. Who makes it out of the shimmer and who doesn't. This in a way robs the viewer of the tension of not knowing the fate of the characters, since in essence we are just waiting to see what happens to whom and when. These are minor quibbles though in an otherwise great film. There has also been some politically correct criticism of the movie in that it whitewashed the two female leads based on their ethnic background depicted in the second novel. I guess this is a sad reflection of the political militancy of the modern era, since this is a film depicting a cast of 5 female leads, 2 of whom are of mixed African and Hispanic background, and also a lead scientist played by a British actor of Chinese descent. If you want diversity in a movie, it doesn't really get much better than the cast of Annihilation. And in an era when little black girls can play Annie, let's just say that this fracker is a politically correct storm in a teacup. Another problem Annihilation experienced was its release schedule. There was some disagreement between studio executives as to how the film should be released internationally and whether it be theatrically or streaming. Apparently a test screening in 2017 had resulted in a somewhat negative response to the movie, in that it was too intellectual and too complicated. Let me be clear, Annihilation is not going to be for everyone. There is a target audience here. Sci-fi fans, geeks, intelligent, thoughtful moviegoers who enjoy science and want to be challenged with thought-provoking, interesting ideas that will leave them questioning what they watched long after the final credits roll. If you show such a film to completely the wrong audience, of course you're going to get some negative feedback. Please Hollywood, let's remember that some of the greatest films of all time did not pander to the lowest common denominator of the demands of popcorn-stuffing, knuckle-dragging couch potatoes, whose cinematic expectations don't rise much above 120 minutes of mind-numbing effects, fights and explosions. You should trust your audiences more, and not just the ones that sit in the cheap seats. So, on to the fun part. Let's talk about companion pieces. For a double, triple or even quadruple bill, the following movies will make the perfect partnership for Annihilation. The Ritual, review coming soon. Alien, The Thing, Arrival, Cloverfield, Under the Skin, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, Solaris, and last but not least, Predator. I think all of these films share something thematically with Annihilation, and you could do a lot worse than watch one or more of these great movies alongside this one. So in summary, what's the score? I'm happy to give Annihilation a strong, well-rounded rating of 8 out of 10. Annihilation delivers an exciting, refreshing, intriguing and beguiling science fiction story with great effects, strong acting, a well-written script, and a surprise twist ending that will leave viewers curious for more. It's also beautiful cinematically. In fact, it's everything that the Cloverfield paradox should have been, but wasn't. Definitely recommended, and a film that will serve repeat viewings into the future. Thanks again for watching, and stay tuned for more reviews from me very soon.